All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and as you just saw with your very own eyes, we are getting a brand new uniform for Jane Foster as a part of this July Love and Thunder update, just like we expected. And this thing looks fabulous. I'm not even gonna lie, it looks really cool, and I look forward to being able to finally use Jane Foster in Marvel Future Fight to clear real content outside of Shadowland, because she's one of those characters that's never gotten a uniform. So the only thing that myself and many people who built her years ago could use her for is Shadowland. She's going to be getting a new uniform, and just like I told you guys in the first sneak peek, it was a two-parter, and we kind of figured it was going to be the case, right? Where Mjolnir flew off screen, and it was flying off screen because it was going to its rightful new owner. That's right, Mjolnir now belongs to Jane Foster. Thor is going to be rocking Stormbreaker, but in addition to this new uniform, there's actually a tier 3 that is at the very beginning of the trailer here. So sneaky Netmarble. As you can see right here, boys, we have T, and then we have 3 marks here, and then it's upside down again, T, and then 3 marks here. You guys might say I'm reaching, but there's no other reason for there to be multiple T's and those 3 marks there. So tier 3 Jane Foster, it makes sense. She doesn't have a tier 3 yet, so she's going to be going to tier 3. Thor is going to be going to tier 4. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Valkyrie, and there is talks of possibly Sif getting something. Who knows? Hopefully not a new uniform, because I just purchased Sif's new uniform on the free-to-play account. However, that being said, let's take a look at what they had to say on the forums. So first things first, we have the July sneak peek here on the forums, and this is what CM Fragment had to say. Only the worthy are allowed to wield its power. The goddess of thunder has arrived. Mighty is the word that befits the one who wields the Asgardian power of Mjolnir. And then over here on Twitter, it goes, being mighty is her forte. Jane Foster is Thor, inspired by Marvel Studios' Thor Love and Thunder. So there you have it. Jane Foster is now Thor. Thor is just a bum. It is what it is. I'm just joking. But I'm looking forward to seeing how good she actually becomes, being one of those characters that's finally getting a uniform after all these years. And if you take a look at Jane Foster's kit, she doesn't really have much. So this is one of those updates where we get to see how much they are willing to give to a character now that level 80 is a thing. Are they going to underpower her uniform for the future of her getting level 80? And also, I'll be curious to see if characters like Jane Foster, who are not getting tier 4, will get level 80 prematurely. Kind of like how right now we have multiple characters that can be level 70, but they cannot be tier 3 or transcended. Once upon a time, that was not the case. They would allow you to level 70 character. Actually, no, I think that was always the case. My bad. I think that was always the case, right? I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I got all the characters that I wanted anyways to level 70, but I'm pretty sure that right off the bat they allowed you to tier 3 characters that could be tier 3, and then characters that couldn't be tier 3 was allowed to get to level 70 and just chill there for a while. So I might have misspoke there, but anyways, if you take a look at Jane Foster's kit, there's absolutely nothing here. It's bare bones as it could possibly be. There's not even an attack buff, there's no damage accumulation, no invincibility, no immunity, no penetration, absolute nothingness. So unlike a character like Moon Knight that already was really good, and people say, and I am inclined to believe that that is the case, they kind of shafted him on the uniform so that they could push level 80 and tier 4. With Jane Foster, I'm hoping for big things. I really would like to see something unique between her and Thor, where if they're both on the same team, then she offers some additional benefits to Thor. Maybe extra damage to boss types or extra damage to villains. I think it would be really cool. After all, they are lovers, right? I would really love to see some synergy between people who are romantically involved, whether it's Wiccan and Hulkling, or Thor and Jane Foster, Rogue and Gambit. Stuff like that would like really add an extra bit of flavor to the game for me personally. So maybe on her new passive, because this passive, let's be honest, 25% chance when attacking to do some extra lightning damage. Come on, man, this is terrible. And here's the thing, I would have said maybe give her some lightning damage, but if you take a look right here, she already gets 60% extra lightning damage from her tier 2 passive. And of course you could say give her more, it's fine, but I would really like to see something where if Thor is on the team, or just offers extra damage to Thor and Jane Foster if they're paired together, that would be kind of cool. Let me know what you guys think. I think they should change their leadership too, but if they already give Thor a lightning damage leadership, I don't really care if they keep Jane Foster's like this. But I think between Thor and Jane Foster, one of them really needs to be a leadership for the other. So they could do it for Jane Foster and do something like they did for Katie, where they made her an amazing leadership for Shang-Chi. Where they fell short, however, is they left Katie at level 70 and made it so you can actually tier 3 Shang-Chi. Where is Katie? Here she is. So this is what I'm talking about, where she gives Shang-Chi 60% all attack. Something like this would be really cool. Everybody else gets crit rate, Shang-Chi gets attack. So something like that would be really cool as a synergy between lovers. Let me know how you guys personally feel about that. I would like to see more of those type of team synergies. I was gonna say maybe add the Asgardian tag to the game finally and make it so that she can buff Asgardians, but Jane Foster is a human. She's not really an Asgardian, but they could give her the Asgardian tag because her power technically comes from Asgard. It comes from Mjolnir. Mjolnir is her power, and Mjolnir is a product of Asgard. So I don't know, the Asgardian tag needs to be in the game at some point. And there's so many Asgardians. There's the Warriors 3, there's Sif, there's Valkyrie, there's Thor, there's Odin. So there's more than enough characters for them to finally add the Asgardian tag to the game. For God's sakes, we have the Gamma Brothers, or whatever you want to call it, the Gamma Bros, right? Gamma Radiation Squad. Anyways, we have this as a tag that all of the Hulks have. So actually, let me double check. Does Red She-Hulk have it? Yeah, Red She-Hulk has it. So I'm pretty sure all of the Hulks have it. But my point is, maybe even Groot could, well, Groot's not technically an Asgardian, but since he has the hammer, maybe he could get it in this uniform. Point is, I'm looking forward to seeing how they buff her, because there's so much that they can do for her. I would definitely recommend, though, Netmarble, if anybody's watching, please make sure she gets damage accumulation. If not, if you don't give her damage accumulation, just go full send on a PvP build for her. I seen somebody complain yesterday in my comment section saying, I don't know why, or they don't know why, they don't understand why I have expectations for these characters like I'm on the dev team or something. Listen, man. Listen, sir. If I'm spending my money on something, I'm allowed to have expectations. The same way how, if I buy a car, I expect it to take me from point A to point B. If a character is getting a uniform that I have to pay money for, you're damn right I'm going to expect it to be really good. Especially when you consider how expensive it's going to be to take Thor up to tier 4. Anyways, back to Jane Foster. Kit's bare bones as it comes. Like, I think she has one iframe on her 5th skill, and even that has a wind up. Honestly, every single one of these skills, if they're gonna like enhance them, since no one really played with her before, if they're really just gonna enhance the skills, I think the 3 needs to be an iframe, the 4 needs to be an iframe, the 5 needs to have I would say like a faster load time or whatever, and that 2, come on, that's clearly an iframe, bro. By today's standards, all of these skills should have been converted, with the exception of the 1, I guess. The 1 doesn't feel like it should be an iframe, but all of these other skills should have been an iframe, and that would have actually made her playable for something, because realistically right now she is kind of doo-doo outside of Shadowland. However, I decided to fully awaken her set and fully amplify her slots, so I will most definitely be maxing her out pretty much, like, I would say day 2, not day 1, day 2, and taking her to tier 3 in hopes that she's going to be fantastic. So guys, let me know what you think of Jane Foster getting a new uniform. Are you excited? I know for me, I personally am. I love it. One of my favorite things is when characters that's never been good, that's never gotten a uniform, get uniforms. Because there's about like 85 characters still that to this day has never gotten their first uniform. So I love when a few of them get taken off that list.